Hey everyone, my name is Kia Watkins, the creative superwoman behind At Peace Arts, where we bring you art parties and original masterpieces and prints and a planner dedicated to more love, laughter, and peace in your life. So today I wanted to jump on and show you all, with everything going on, how to create, of course, a little more peace in your life with a coloring page. So coloring pages are really simple and really easy. The thing is, with everything going on right now, you may not want to go outside or go too far away from home to get supplies, or you may not want to spend money to do that. So I want to teach you in 10 minutes or less how to create a coloring page that can keep you grounded and creative and having fun for yourself or for your kiddos, whatever works for you. So, with supplies that you already have, actually. So, what you should have or can easily get at a CVS or Walgreens or your local grocery store is a pencil. I like to prefer to use a separate eraser, but you can absolutely use an eraser that's on the back of the pencil, as long as it's soft. A small liner pen, or preferably in black, some paper, copy paper is perfectly fine, and some markers, or little watercolors, or colored pencils, which I don't have out here. Whatever you have on hand, okay? So what I want you to think about before you start are kind of 4 or 5 shapes that you want to include in your coloring page. I'm outside if you hear any of that. It's a beautiful day out. So if you have a few shapes that you can think of, and you can put them on the side of the page. So for me, I'm going to say, let me just put a pen here. I'm going to say triangles, circles, spirals, dots, and squiggles, or S shapes, however you want to look at them. So I've got 5 shapes there. So what I first want to do, I can either use the whole sheet. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to use a small section of the sheet. And you want to think of what you want your main section to be, or your main section. So in here, I'm going to pick a square. You could pick a butterfly, you could trace something else out. You don't need to do a square, of course, and you can, as I said, you can use the whole page for this. For the purpose of this, since we're doing this in less than 10 minutes, which is a speed round, we're going to keep it small, but you can go as big as you want and have as many shapes as you want. So I'm going to divide my little square here into different sections so that I can put these things inside. Second. So right in here, you can use a squiggly line, a straight line, whatever you want to do. We need 5 sections because we have 5 shapes. So I'm going to go here, 1 section. So now I got 2 sections, and then now I have 4 sections, right? So I'm just kind of dividing up this square somehow. And then I need another section. So I can either make another line to get another section, or let's say I'm going to make a circle. Okay? So I want to put that in there. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so now I want to come in here. Actually, I shouldn't have closed this thing. And the reason why you have the pencil, you may want to make some marks. I'm going to use the marker so you can see it easy, but you may want to make your marks first in pencil and then go around them in marker. Okay. Sharpies are great for this, just so you know, because the markers can't make them bleed really easily. So let's say I'm going to take the triangle. I can have a triangle in any way, shape, or form that I want to have it in. I can just create regular triangles, I'm going to pick one section, right? And I'm going to start to put shapes inside of that section however I want. It can be blocked off, or like maybe if it starts to go into another section, it can cut off a little bit. It's kind of look like pizzas a little bit. I just did eat lunch, so I'm not hungry. Okay, maybe tortilla chips, because we've been snacking during the quarantine. Okay, so different shapes. The same shape, excuse me, but just throughout this one shape, right? So I've got my triangles in. They could be different sizes. I could have a tiny little triangle right here, okay? Let's put another one in here. So I've got one little section of coloring page. Now I've got circles. I'm going to move to circles. So I'm like, okay, what section do I want to put circles in? All right, I'm going to put them in here. So my circles can be different sizes. They could be concentric circles, right? So I could put some circles inside of here. I think those are called concentric circles. And they could be different sizes, different circles. Don't try, should I say, try not to take yourself too seriously as you're doing this. Kind of just let your hand go wherever it wants to go. If it wants all the circles to be together, fine. If it wants one circle to be by itself, let it do that. Let your imagination go here. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, I did it wrong. Okay? No mistakes, just art. Shout out to Raw Artworks here. Okay? That's their mantra. So only just going in, making more circles, making more circles. Some have a little smaller circle inside of it. Some don't. Okay? We're just filling this space up. Our goal is to just fill in the space. That is it. Keep filling the space in. Don't worry too much about. You try to stay in the lines. If you go out a little bit, it's your coloring page. Claim it. Okay, don't even worry about that. You can tell people you meant to go outside of the lines. It's your creative masterpiece. You did that on purpose. Okay. So I'm going in. As I said, as you can see, some of the circles are going to get cut off as I go more into this section. You can hear the birds out here singing. Okay, and then in these little sections I can put tiny little circles in here, or I can leave them. Okay, a tiny one in there. Okay, so now I've done my triangles, I've done my circles. Now time for squiggles, or not squiggles, swirls, which are my favorite. Okay, so if I want to come in here with swirls, I probably am going to put them over here to take them away from the circles so they're not so close. So if I come in here with swirls, I can do random swirls in here. Okay, I can have them touching. I can have one all by itself over here. Big, massive one. Whatever works for you. And you can feel free, even if you just did, sorry guys, paper's flying away here. Even if you just did swirls in here, you could decide, oh, you know what though? I want some dots in here. I want some dots. So feel free to play, right? So I could say, oh, I want to put some dots in here. Why not? Just because this one is only supposed to have this section doesn't mean that you can't go rogue. Go rogue. Okay, this is your time to play. We don't do it enough. Okay, so we have our squiggles or our swirls. I keep wanting to call them squiggles. We have squiggles down here. Then we have our dots. So you can do polka dots if you want to. You can just do dots in different sections. Okay, so you can come in here and move those dots around. They don't need to have any specific pattern, or you can absolutely make them have a specific pattern. Okay, and again, if you come in here and you're like, these dots need something else, you could come in and do something else. You could put a square in here if you wanted to come around the dots, right? Why not? That's a funky square. Okay, so you could do different things. That looks like confetti. Yes, all for the celebration. Okay, so play. This is about playing, about feeling good, not about second guessing whatever you put down. Okay, and if you're doing this in pencil, of course you can erase. That's the best part, or one of the best parts. And then we have our last shape, which is the S shape, which is the S shape. Our last part, which is the S shape. So we're coming in here, and I've been calling it S shape this whole time, but it's more squiggles. And you could double up your squiggles if you wanted to. Like, let's say I wanted to double this up. See if I can do that here. I want to double it up so I could color the squiggles in. I can do that. Okay. I can have some squiggles all by themselves. Coming over here, this is another S shape. right? And kids love this because it allows for them to kind of create their own thing. And then for us grown up kids, it allows for us to get back into that playful spirit again, right? There's so much stress and so many things going on right now that we kind of forget to play. And it's really easy to forget to play. Okay? So right now we have our whole section all filled in. You now have your absolute coloring page. You could go in and add more things to it if you wanted to. Okay? So now that you have everything filled in, now's the fun part. Now's the time where you're actually going to color this whole bad boy in. So you pick your colors, you get your markers, you get your different colors. Kind of think of whatever colors sing to you, right? This is not here about perfection. This is about play. Play, play, play. Right? Pick what colors make you happy. And here you'll want to be careful. Some black markers pull ink. So just be careful, even if you want to you could either let it sit and dry for a little bit before you do what I'm doing right now, which is coloring it in. You could do a few of these earlier in the day and let them sit out and dry before you color them. And that way you'll know that the black is dry. It still may smudge. So just because it's just depending on what kind of black marker you have, and you definitely want it to be thin tipped. But just I would stay outside as much as you can of the black line. Sometimes it looks cool when it smudges. Ooh. This is my favorite part here. The coloring part. Make sure you're breathing. Yes, you can add your color and you're like, ooh, I want to open this up. Close this up or open it up. Go for it. And if you get to a space where you realize, oh shoot, my black is smudging, you can do a smudge test first if you want to see if your black will smudge. I should have known that mine was going to smudge actually, because this is not a Sharpie. But you can pounce in that area. You can take your marker or whatever you're using, your watercolor, and just pounce it or go around it. The pouncing is just bringing your utensil, whatever you're using to color, up and down. Instead of left to right, you're just over that area going up and down. Again, not second guessing if you're going outside the lines. It's all good. So I like to say staying in the lines is overrated. You don't have to fill in every space. You might decide, oh, you know what? I want to keep one space white. Okay, why not? Just forgot about my squiggles. Yay. So once you're done and your masterpiece is all complete, it's only one last thing to do. One last thing to do. Sign your masterpieces, artistes. You're done. So if you want to learn more about how you can make even bigger coloring pages, participate in a virtual drawing party or art party, paint party, or lettering party, or to see any of my original masterpieces, you can go to www.atpsarts.com atpeacearts.com. That is the word at, the word peace like peace on earth, and the word arts with an S. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the coloring pages you come up with. You can definitely share them with me. And I'm sending you with so much love, laughter, and peace until we see each other next time. Bye.